Hello, dear students. I, Kailash Kumar sir, welcome you all on this online edu classes of Brilliant Public School. In this video, we are going to continue with our previous topic of Unit 1, Section 2, A Most Important Person, written by Margaret Weymouth Jackson, and this is the third part which we are going to discuss here. In the previous part, we have discussed that Miss Lucy Quinn was issued a ticket from the traffic police department for parking the vehicle for more than 40 minutes in front of the main street as she went there to buy a new Christmas tree. As a result, when she was issued the ticket, she had to be present there in front of the judge in the court. When she went there to pay the fine, she paid the fine without any argument or without using any family background influence. This shows a very gentle, very humble nature and character of Miss Lucy Quinn. After returning from the court, they celebrated the Christmas festival, and Miss Lucy Quinn also instructed Arthur to leave the Chester and his sister Mary to their home. Now, let us see what happens in this part. So, after taking rest, when Lucy Quinn she came downstairs again, she saw the evening paper lying near the fireplace, as you can see in the image here. Now she started reading the newspaper. She opened the paper, and there on the first page was a picture of Miss Lucy and Judge Hennessy, society leader at traffic court. It read, the article told a great deal about her family, about her position as the titular head of the local society, and went on about how simple everything would be if people stepped up and paid their fines instead of using their influence. Dear students, titular means bearing a title. Here we understand that Miss Lucy Quinn belonged to a very well-known family of that society. So when she was issued a ticket, so she could have utilized that name and fame of the family, and she could have easily avoided the fine, but she did not do so because Miss Lucy possessed a very kind nature, very gentle character. Just then there was a call from Mr. Henderson, the family lawyer. He said that Miss Lucy should have called him. She didn't have to appear in court. Yes, dear students, as I told you that Miss Lucy Quinn belonged to a very high status family, so she could have approached Mr. Henderson and she could have solved the matter, but she didn't do that. The same thing was told by Mr. Henderson through a telephonic call, as he was the family lawyer. It was no trouble at all, said Miss Lucy. She asked after Mr. Henderson and his wife's health. She also agreed to go to the Hendersons to dinner the following Tuesday. It was then that Miss Lucy realized that the problems were always the same. People had the same things to overcome, no matter who they were or where they lived. So this was all about the conversation between Mr. Henderson and Miss Lucy. So after a long time they had a discussion over telephonic call. In the morning, Arthur, Mitzi and Miss Lucy gathered around the tree and opened their gifts. Miss Lucy was exceedingly gratified at the little things her old servants had given her. Now the next interesting, very exciting and very curious thing was to know about the gifts which they received on the eve of Christmas celebration. Miss Lucy was exceedingly gratified at the things, little things her old servants had given to her. And she was even more gratified. Gratified means satisfied at the things she had given them and their pleasure at receiving them. And there, under the tree, was a grimy little package labeled to Miss Quinn from her friend Chuck. Miss Lucy opened it with brimming eyes. Brimming means to be full to the point of overflowing, means she was almost to shed tears from her eyes. She was about to weep there, as before this no one gifted her so special gift. It was a string of glass beads with a huge brass clasp. Miss Lucy put it on. Children, as you can see in the image, Miss Lucy put that brass clasp on her wrist. And this was the most happiest moment in Miss Lucy Quinn's life. Dear students, clasp means a device with interlocking parts with which that bracelet was made. Arthur took her to Basalt Street and she delivered the boxing gloves for Chester and a bride ball for Mary. Miss Lucy was very surprised to find that she had invited Chester and his brothers and sisters and his friends to her house to a party the next week. So this was another matter of surprise for Miss Lucy, that she had invited almost everyone, all those people who are related to Chester, she had invited them to a party the next week. At home, Miss Lucy didn't want to have Christmas dinner all by herself. But he wouldn't want to eat with an old woman like me, Miss Lucy thought. Now there was a thought of little bit hesitation in Miss Lucy Quinn's mind, that she started wondering whether that boy would be comfortable to have dinner with an old woman like me. And she remembered how Chester had invited himself, and she was ashamed. If a little boy like him could take the initiative, so should she. She asked Arthur to drive her to Professor Tilden. So, students' initiative means the ability to decide and act on one's own. Miss Lucy Quinn specially quoted here that when she met Chester the very first day, the young boy Chester, he himself invited him to Miss Lucy Quinn's home, and that time Miss Lucy was very much ashamed that she should have invited the boy, but instead the boy invited himself to Miss Lucy Quinn's home. Now let us see the next part. Now the next was that she asked Arthur to drive her to Professor Tilden. Now let us see what happens next when she meets Professor Tilden. Professor Tilden was sitting alone over his book. He was delighted to have dinner with Miss Quinn. All through the dinner, he and Miss Quinn talked about poetry. Later he said to her, "I wonder if you would be kind enough to come and visit the Shelley Club. We have some gifted young people trying to write verse. You are so gracious and kind. You might be a great help to them." Students, verse means a kind of poetry, and gracious means courteous, kind, and pleasant, especially towards someone of lower social status. As we discussed earlier, that Miss Lucy Quinn possessed a kind, a very gentle, a very simple behavior, very humble character. So, we are well aware with this character of Miss Lucy. The same was quoted by Professor Tilden, that Miss Lucy should once visit to the university, the college, especially the Shelley Club, and there she should inspire the other students. She should guide, she should motivate the other students to write, how to write a proper poetry or verse. Miss Lucy agreed. She had got out of touch with the university since her father had died. So after the death of Miss Lucy's father, she never came in touch of the university. That evening, Miss Lucy sat by the fire, looking at the Christmas tree and thinking about Chester. Now, the next moment was of realization that what all things happened with Miss Lucy for the last 2 days. What a dear little boy he is, she thought. She was amazed at all that had happened to her in the last 2 days. I am 70 years old, and he is the most important person I ever knew, and Christmas the most important time. Dear students, so here we are at the end of the story. Here at the end, Miss Lucy Quinn is realizing that what all things she had missed entire her life by meeting the young boy Chester, as Miss Lucy Quinn is considering that young boy as the most important person in her life and the Christmas time as the most important time. So this was all about this chapter, a most important person, dear students. I hope, I believe that you all have clearly understood the entire story. So this was all about. Thank you all students. Have a beautiful day. Have a blessed day. Thank you.